After 9/11s, when the United States began hunting Al-Qaeda and Taliban operatives across Afghanistan and Pakistan, the CIA quietly launched a program that would revolutionize combat forever. While the world watched tanks roll and troops deploy, another war was taking shape, a hidden one, driven by satellites, surveillance, and remote-controlled aircraft known as UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles. Afghanistan, the so-called graveyard of empires, became the testing ground for this invisible revolution. The mountains that once defeated the British and Soviets were now under constant watch. Predator drones, equipped first with cameras and later with Hellfire missiles, became the eyes and fists of America's war on terror. Operated from control stations in Nevada, the CIA could observe a compound in Waziristan, identify a target, and strike all within minutes. For the first time in history, the world's most powerful military could project lethal force without setting foot on the battlefield. The idea sounded clean, efficient, even surgical. No boots on the ground, fewer American casualties, pinpoint accuracy. But as the technology evolved, so did the questions. How accurate were those strikes? Who decided the targets? And what did it mean when the line between surveillance and execution became almost invisible? In 2001, the first armed drone strike in history took place in Afghanistan. The CIA targeted Mullah Omar, the Taliban's elusive leader. The missile missed, but the message didn't. Drones were here to stay. Over the next 2 decades, they became the signature tool of U.S. counterterrorism, extending far beyond Afghanistan to Yemen, Somalia, Iraq, and Syria. The CIA's once covert drone program became both a weapon and a warning. But to understand how drones truly changed modern warfare, we need to look deeper, not just at the technology, but at the mindset they created. The shift wasn't just from manned aircraft to machines. It was from presence to perception. The U.S. could now surveil entire regions, track individuals for weeks, and strike without warning. Warfare became less about occupying territory and more about controlling information, about seeing everything, everywhere, all at once. This transformation reshaped intelligence itself. The CIA, once focused on espionage and analysis, became a paramilitary force. Its agents didn't just gather secrets, they pulled triggers. Each drone strike blurred the boundaries between intelligence and combat. In Afghanistan and Pakistan's tribal regions, people spoke of buzzing skies, the constant hum of drones overhead, a sound that meant life or death could come without notice. But this technological dominance carried a human cost. Every strike promised precision, yet no system is perfect. Civilian casualties became an unavoidable reality. Villages destroyed, families torn apart, and lives lost in seconds. The CIA called it collateral damage. Locals called it something else. Terror from above. For Washington, drones offered political convenience. They avoided the messy optics of deploying troops or losing soldiers. Drone warfare meant presidents could wage war quietly, without congressional approval or public scrutiny. For intelligence agencies, it meant results, high-value targets eliminated, operations conducted with minimal footprints. Yet for many critics, it also meant accountability vanished into the clouds. Who was responsible when a strike hit the wrong house? When intelligence failed? When a shadowy list decided who lived and who died? Behind closed doors, the CIA's drone program became the backbone of America's global counter-terror network. Through partnerships with allies, including Pakistan, it expanded its reach. Airstrips in Pakistan's Baluchistan and secret bases across the Middle East served as launch points. Ironically, while the U.S. relied on Pakistan's cooperation, many of the targets were on Pakistani soil. This created a paradox. Allies in public, adversaries in private. The relationship strained. Islamabad protested sovereignty violations. Washington cited national security. Yet the strikes continued. Each drone that crossed the border symbolized both alliance and mistrust, a theme that defined the entire U.S.-Pakistan relationship during the war on terror. The CIA's reliance on drones also reshaped strategy itself. Traditional warfare relied on overwhelming presence. Soldiers, tanks, bases, Drone warfare relied on presence you couldn't see. Satellites fed data to analysts. Algorithms predicted movement patterns. Human informants confirmed identities. War became digital, data-driven, detached. You didn't conquer land, you conquered visibility. And that's what makes this story so striking. The CIA's drone program didn't just give America new tools. It gave the world a new template. Other nations watched and learned. China, Russia, Iran, and Turkey built their own drone fleets. What was once America's secret advantage became a global norm. Modern warfare had changed forever, not with a bang, but with a silent hum. But here's the uncomfortable truth. For all its precision, drone warfare didn't end the conflicts it targeted. In Afghanistan, the Taliban adapted. They hid, dispersed, and returned. In Pakistan, resentment toward America deepened. Each drone strike that killed a militant often created new enemies, brothers, sons, neighbors, radicalized by anger. Technology could kill leaders, but it couldn't kill ideology. The phrase Afghanistan is the graveyard of empires rings true again, not because of geography, but because of history repeating itself. The British tried to dominate with armies, the Soviets with tanks, the Americans with drones. Each believed they could master the terrain with superior technology. Each discovered the same truth. Wars fought from above still depend on the people below. Even after the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021, the legacy of CIA drones continues. The final strike before the pullout, a drone attack in Kabul, killed an aid worker, not a terrorist. It was a grim reminder that even with 2 decades of technological evolution, human error remains the deadliest variable. Today, drone technology is more advanced than ever, faster, stealthier, even AI assisted. The CIA's pioneering work has shaped modern doctrines worldwide. From Ukraine's battlefield drones to Gaza's surveillance swarms, the lessons of Afghanistan echo across every conflict. The future of war will be fought through screens, signals, and sensors, and the moral questions will only grow harder. What does accountability look like when wars are fought by machines? Who decides when algorithms make life and death choices? And can humanity survive a world where killing becomes as simple as pressing a button? That's the reality of modern warfare. A world where the CIA's drones transformed power itself. The empire no longer needs soldiers to occupy. It just needs data to dominate. The graveyard of empires has gone digital. So next time you hear the faint buzz of a drone above, remember, it's not just a machine. It's the sound of a new kind of empire. Invisible, technological, and unstoppable. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell icon for more geopolitical deep dives, and comment below. Do you think drones make war safer or scarier? Because in the end, the story of the CIA's drones, isn't just about machines. It's about how far we've gone to control war and how close we've come to losing control of ourselves.